Good morning. I'm Esther. I thank God for this day that He has given us. We really appreciate it. Today's program is this program basically is geared to help us see life in another dimension. Help us to have a clear purpose of our life, to have a clear roadmap to achieve our goals of life, and much more to instill a Christian value, because basically the program is helping us to have enlightened life. And today's topic we are talking about mindset. And mindset is all about a set of attitude, how we feel things, how we feel life, how we feel different things that we perceive in our thoughts. We are going to look at the Word of God, and we are going to look at Genesis 1:1, and we are also going to look for Genesis 3:17, though that one I won't read. God looked at everything He has made and found it very good. Remember, when God created the world, He found everything that was created was very good. And today we want to ask ourselves where the other bad thing came from. Because if you look around us, there is so many evil things that are happening. And I think the answer lies on Genesis 3:1-7, where we hear the word of God telling us that the snake was a very cunning animal that came and lied to Eve. And Eve ate the fruit that was in the Garden of Eden, and he also gave his husband, and he also took the fruit. And therefore, their eyes were opened, and that's how the deception came in. And when we think of deception, tell us there is about when they get the knowledge, when you have the knowledge about good and bad, then decision making set in. We got the freedom to think. We got the freedom to choose what we want with our life. And that's how the voice that was snake continues speaking to us even today. And that is what called deception. And if there is a voice of deception, then it means we must be very key. We must understand that our decisions are always altered. And if they are altered, then we need to do something to have our thoughts that are defined. And our thoughts help even the outside people, outside now the physical world people, to see who we are, understand how we do things. Because physically, by physical looking at someone, you cannot know that person, how he is. But once he speak, he give out his views, you realize this is the kind of person he is or she is. Therefore, the deception is what has altered everything that we see. And if there is deception, then we need to have positive attitude. We must be very positive in our thoughts so that we overrule the deception. That is why today we want us to look more of positive attitude, because our attitude helps us. The way we think, if we keep thinking negative, eventually become very negative people. But if we start thinking positive, we become very positive people. With our decision, we direct them on the positive way. Because if you are positive, that is when we say that someone is godly. Someone is thinking in godly line. Because we do not need to shout to people to hear what we are thinking. But by virtue of thinking, we are defined by thoughts. We become either godly or carnal people. Carnal people are those who have worldly thought. They keep thinking about the world things, the material things, the money, how to gain this, how to gain that, how to become famous, and so on. That tells us their mind is still carnal. It's not yet tamed to be a person who can be a good Christian, because Christianity have the virtue of humility within us, and humility can only be achieved by how humble our thoughts are. So checking on our thoughts become very key and very, very paramount, because godly people keep renouncing biased thoughts. There are those thoughts that are biased, and we keep renouncing them. Now, motive. Someone has a garden. In that garden, you keep putting on, that's where, maybe you have a kitchen garden. You have planted some onions, some sukuma wiki, you have planted spinach, and the garden is well kept. But you keep pouring your kitchen rubbish there, the peels, the water that is unclean, that you have washed your dishes with. That's where you go and pour that water. The orange peels, the potato peels, you keep pouring there. Eventually, that garden becomes something that is rotten, something that is spoiled. You cannot like it anymore. Even a visitor, when come and see that garden, can wonder, what type of garden is this one? And that is how life sometimes behave. You keep pouring bad, negative thoughts within you until your thoughts become rotten. Even people hear what you say, they hear there is rottenness in you. So you must be very careful on what you are putting in your garden of your mind. Be positive. Eliminate what is dirty, everything that is negative. Have a pure thought that are very positive. Another day I was thinking about a bird, how sometimes bird behave. When the bird have a young one, they train them to fly, and sometimes they drop them even in the air so that they can gain the strength to fly. And now, if a young one of a bird is not able to fly, and once he is released in the air to fly, then it just stay there and it fall down, and eventually it can break. That's how, if you are not careful of our thoughts, we release them and we are not controlling them. We are not trying to do something. Eventually our thoughts will break down. We will not be able to move with our life. So that become very paramount when we think of our thoughts, because negative people have a kind of a character. Yes, they have a kind of character. They keep questioning things. Why this? Why that? Why whatever? And when they keep questioning all these things, they are doing nothing about it. Yes, economy is bad. Yes, this is bad. Yes, these people are bad. Yes, this is happening is bad. Now, when you have positive attitude, you see a problem and you know you have a responsibility to solve it. And when you solve it, you make sure that it give you an answer. And we say that this program basically is to instill us a culture of Christian values. And one culture of the Christian value, it tells us that you have to seek all your answer on God. Ask God, now there is a problem in the country. What can we do about it? Keep praying, keep praying, keep doing something about it. And eventually you realize that. That is one thing that I have realized in my life, that those things that we find very difficult, if you keep doing them, keep trying, eventually they become very easy for us and we are able to achieve. But make sure that even though you are trying, put in place a lot of prayer. Yes, the other time we talk about determination. Be determined to tame your thoughts, that they become negative, that they may not become negative, and that you may be able to follow a certain trend of life that will help your life to become more helpful to yourself, basically, even not to the outside world, because we can never be equal. Even though we want to be very equal, we can never be equal. We are all created with different purposes that we are going to fulfill the God's will in our lives. Some people are called for vocation life, other people are called for business life, the family life, and all that. And all these, we cannot be equal. That is what I'm trying to say. But what is necessary is, if you are doing something to make your life more profitable for yourself, yes, avoid negative thoughts. Because if you allow deception to take control of yourself, if you allow deception to take control of yourself, if you allow the devil to keep speaking to your heart, to your thoughts, you start being carnal. You see things in a negative way. Life is very precious, and we should take it as it is, as precious as it is. But how can you take as a precious when your thoughts are always negative? You see things that are bad things that are happening in your life. You are not able to see the good things that are in life and then tap them to bring good result for yourself and it's also for your neighbor. You have to tap the reservoir of your thoughts so that it can become helpful to the world and even to the society at large. So avoid being deceptive because deception brings about captivity. And captivity is all about slaveness. You become a slave of your own thoughts. You're not able to come out of that cocoon that your thought has pressed you to see there is always challenges. If you have a salary, you cannot be able to divide that salary until you defeat all your needs. You start now other characters that will put you off the roadmap. Then you start complaining the salary is small, the salary is not enough, this business is not working, this other thing that is not working, the church is not helping, the society is not helping, people are not helping me. When you have those kind of attitude within you, that's the highway to you being crushed down by life. So avoid negative attitude, avoid deceptive thoughts, the voice that keeps speaking to you, speaking negative things to you, showing you there is nothing good in you, showing you that you cannot make it in life, showing you that you cannot deliver anything, showing you that your children cannot do anything better, showing you that you cannot achieve any goal in life. Yet you have a whole thing that you can do and you can achieve and you can change the society allowed you. Even the world you can change. Because the main aim of our life is not to leave the world where we found it, but to change where we can. So let us fertilize our thoughts so that they become something that is help to ourselves, help to our families, help to the society at large, producing only what is positive, and that positivity will help us to go an extra mile for life. We have to see as God see that everything was good. When God saw everything was good, start from there. See everything being good. You see everything being good. Even though you see as if there is bad thing in it, don't look at the negative part of it. Look the positive part of it. Look the positive part of it. If you don't have a shoe, look the positive that you have a leg. Yes, there are people who doesn't have legs and they don't have somewhere to put their shoe. So see that you have a shoe. And if you see that you have a leg, and if you have a leg, then it means the shoe you can get. The one who gave you the leg can also give you a shoe. So looking positive in every aspect of your life become key and become paramount. May God bless you abundantly as you try to redefine yourself through observing your thoughts, your attitudes, that it may help the society and the church at large. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.